Hi there, Zamo for NerdTube, and welcome back to Under the Radar Reviews, where I'll be reviewing films or TV shows that happen to have gone under the radar for me. And this is one of them, and it's called The Indian Detective, a 4 episode long TV series that was on Netflix back in 2017. It stars Russell Peters, one of my favorite stand up comics, who plays a Canadian cop, as well as the legendary William Shatner. So Russell Peters plays a cop who gets suspended for failing to resolve or show evidence of a drug bust regarding a vehicle that was crossing the American Canadian border into Canada. And because of that, he gets suspended by the police force for several weeks. He decides to spend that time with his dad in India, and then he comes across a connection with the drug bust that he flopped, as well as some of the people within India, and tries to connect the dots and resolve the entire crime. He meets certain people who help him along with his detective work, as well as other people who try to stop him in his tracks. It is funny at times. It can be kind of macabre at times as well. It's an interesting show. Has some hallmark elements to it as well. And overall, I kind of enjoyed it simply because I do have a connection with the show, being of Indian origin myself. So I can relate to some of the cultural aspects of it, which I really appreciated watching this. At the same time, I do think this series is far from perfect. I don't know. I don't know if it realizes what it wants to be. Does it want to be a full out comedy because you've got somebody like Russell Peters at the helms, and you should be kind of maybe taking more advantage of that? But then again, Russell Peters is kind of trying to show maybe more of his acting chops and not go for jokes all the time. But then some of the drama in this is it's quite deep. You know, there's people getting killed and um, in ways that you weren't expecting, and it takes itself then more seriously than it should do because of that. But at the same time, it wants to have jokes too. So where do you go with something like that? I mean, it can that sort of balance can work, but light humor with a macabre setting, it doesn't work. Dark humor does work, and it doesn't have the dark humor. It has the light humor. So in that ways, it feels a bit unbalanced, so to speak. Regardless, the performances by our actors in this as supporting cast are pretty good. The overall plot is okay. Peters is like jetting back and forth between Canada and India on a couple of occasions, trying to resolve the crime at both ends. Bill Shatner, he's not really in this that much. He's kind of like a bad guy character, and he's more of a cameo than anything else. But you've got some other familiar faces in there as well, like Anupam Kher, who's a renowned actor, done lots of stuff inside and outside of Bollywood, as well as Hamza Haq, who plays twins, one in Canada, one in India. He's very good in this as well. So you have to make of this what you will. Some people might appreciate it, some people won't. I found it kind of down the middle of the road, but I kind of liked it more than I didn't. It just, like I said, is a bit unbalanced regardless. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I guess I can understand why this didn't get a second season. It's okay, but it's far from great. And so I can understand it getting cancelled after one season, which is a shame, really, because this series does end with a cliffhanger for a season two, and we'll never know what that would be like because it's been cancelled. So let me know what you think of this show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We're on TikTok, YouTube, and we do live streaming as well on Twitch. So follow us on all these platforms. Take care now. Bye bye.